Russia has 50 days to end the war, or get hit with crushing U.S. tariffs. United States, the #1 military superpower in the world. The hidden children, growing up without papers in America.
51-year-old man enters an MRI room. Not for him.
Join TrueTalk as we break down this week's most important headlines. Russia has 50 days to end the war, or get hit with crushing U.S. tariffs. And not just on Russia. Any country still buying Russian oil, gas, metals, 100% tariffs into the American market. That's the ultimatum from President Trump. Is this the pressure that finally brings peace to Ukraine? Trump laid it out after meeting NATO leaders, reach a ceasefire deal within 50 days, or Washington slaps very severe secondary tariffs on nations trading with Moscow. Think China, India, Turkey, the buyers that keep Russia's war chest full. Energy exports still bankroll the Kremlin. Cutting those dollars, or making them far more expensive, hits the cash Russia uses for missiles, drones, and troops. Ukrainian officials say tough energy sanctions could force Putin to the table faster than battlefield gains alone. At the same time, Trump greenlit a surge of Patriot air defense systems, missiles, and ammo for Ukraine. But with a twist, European allies are expected to pick up much of the bill or provide batteries from their own stocks that the U.S. backfills later. Aim: close Ukraine's air gap while tariffs squeeze Russia's wallet. NATO planners are scrambling, stocks are thin, and patriots are slow to build. Some allies are weighing European alternatives like SAMP-T, but Ukraine needs interceptors now. Expect mixed sourcing, shared financing, and hard choices over who goes short to keep Kyiv covered. Russia called the 50-day demand an unacceptable ultimatum and signaled it won't bend. Officials warned that more Western arms only proves the West is at war with Russia. Medvedev even rattled escalation talk toward the West. Don't expect Putin to blink quickly. Oil traders are watching. If secondary tariffs hit big Asian buyers, global flows scramble. Prices could spike, or Russia could deepen discounts. For now, markets are testing Trump's bluff, but volatility is rising. Russia, Iran, China. 3 authoritarian bullies exporting bloodshed straight onto British streets. UK counter-terror cops just revealed a 5-fold surge in threat-to-life plots since the Novichok poisoning. Kidnaps, arson, even murder for hire. Worse, they're paying small-time crooks and children pennies to do their dirty work. Teenagers lured in via DMs, promised quick cash to torch a shop or stalk a dissident. Pure cowardice. Look at Moscow. 3 thugs torched a London warehouse on Wagner's orders because Starlink gear inside helped Ukraine. One ringleader was 21, chatting with a Wagner handler like it was a video game. Iran? 20 Iran-backed plots to kidnap or kill critics on UK soil since 2022, stretching MI5 resources while the regime pretends it cares about dialogue. And Beijing? Same playbook: steal, silence, sabotage, then deny everything and cry political smear. They hide behind criminals so Xi can keep his hands clean. Disgusting. Britain can't tiptoe. Freeze their assets, boot their agents, name and shame every proxy. Because if we let dictators outsource terror to teenagers, no democracy is safe. Stay loud, stay angry. TrueTalk will keep the spotlight blazing. The United States, the #1 military superpower in the world. But now, experts say its missile stockpile could run dry in just 8 days if the war pace continues. Sounds insane? It's real. Since the war in Ukraine began, the U.S. has shipped tens of thousands of rockets, artillery shells, and missiles to the front. But the production lines back home can't keep up. Some key systems, like HIMARS and Patriot, take months, even years to replenish. Now the Pentagon is shifting fast. They're pouring money into tactical drones. A new drone named Lucas just dropped, and it looks a lot like Iran's infamous Shahed drones that have haunted Ukraine's skies. But here's the question: can drones really replace missiles? Yes, drones are cheaper, faster, easier to mass produce. But do they pack the same punch? The same deterrence? If America needs to strike fast tomorrow, will there be enough firepower left? What do you think? Is the U.S. putting too much faith in unmanned tech and forgetting where real power comes from? Drop a comment, because TrueTalk asks what others won't. The hidden children, growing up without papers in America. Imagine a 4-year-old child waiting after preschool. But today, her mom never comes. A stranger shows up and says, "Your mom's busy." The little girl cries all the way home. But home no longer exists. Her mother was taken by ICE that morning. This isn't a movie. It's real. And it's just one of millions of stories happening across America. Over 5.6 million children live in families without legal status. They go to school, but never know if their parents will still be there when they return. Some have no birth certificate. They can't see a doctor. They're afraid to walk outside. Some are pulled out of school because their parents fear a traffic stop could destroy everything. And when they grow up, no college, no job, no clear future, just because their parents once crossed a border in desperation. If it were your child, could you bear it? This is the hidden side of America, where children are kept in the shadows, not because they did anything wrong, but because they were born into the wrong status.
Imagine an ordinary afternoon in Westbury, Long Island. A 61-year-old man enters an MRI room, not for himself, but to support his wife during a routine knee scan. Keith McAllister accompanies his wife to Nassau Open MRI. She lies on the table, ready for scanning. Keith steps inside, still wearing a heavy metal chain, the kind used for weight training, nearly 20 pounds. The machine was on, the MRI's magnetic field activated, and the chain around Keith's neck was yanked forward with terrifying force. Witnesses say, it sucked him in like a torpedo. He slammed into the machine and collapsed, unconscious, unresponsive. His wife screamed for help. Technicians stopped the scan, but it was too late. Keith died the next day from cardiac arrest and traumatic impact. MRI machines generate magnetic fields powerful enough to pull in oxygen tanks, metal tools. Now imagine a chain like that on a human neck. Experts warn MRIs can become invisible death traps if safety checks fail. One chain, one overlooked protocol, and a life was lost. What do you think? Was this human error or a system that forgot the cost of one simple mistake? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is TrueTalk, because the truth doesn't whisper. Take a moment to remember the 135 lives lost in the Texas flood. Many were children spending their summer at Camp Mystic. Some were just 9 or 10 years old, then suddenly swept away. No sirens, no alerts, no one came in time. In Kerr County, the Guadalupe River turned into a monster. Dirty water rose fast, washing away homes, bridges, entire futures. Some fathers jumped into the river searching for their kids. Some mothers screamed out names that would never answer. Neighbors, without waiting for help, launched their own boats to save whoever they could. And through all this horror, the hardest truth is this could have been prevented. Emergency officials in Kerr County did not activate the IPAWS National Alert System, despite forecasts warning of extreme rain. They had time, they had the tools, but they didn't act. In a disaster that took over 135 lives and left hundreds missing, failing to warn people was a deadly mistake. We cannot live in a country where the government only reacts after people die. The water will eventually recede, but these losses will never fade. Empty beds at Camp Mystic, children who won't grow up, parents still searching through mud and wreckage, hoping for a miracle. This isn't just a flood story, it's a wake-up call about accountability from the very people we pay to protect us. Texas, we deserve better.